So notice they start from a clinch or a close position. You can also start kind of in a traditional grip if you choose. Totally up to you. Then, when I say go, he's going to make an entanglement, pull Caitlin in, make the throw. Ready? Go. Not bad. He ended up in a nice submission. Pretty simple. All right, Caitlin, demonstrate Nick Fury when you're ready. All right. You better get a little bit closer and let's look at this hand position. By the way, this is a great throw for wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu. It's pretty safe. Why? What is she entangling?
Hand and arm.
What is she really holding on to more than anything? The arm. So she's not really torquing the head. Does it hurt your head at all or your neck at all, Caleb, when she makes the throw?
No, sir.
All right. Make sense? Go as slow as you can, walk through, and watch how she turns her feet. And she sits as slowly as she can, and she rolls him hard. Never is his neck in any danger. Does that make sense?
Sir.
All right. Imagine if instead of making this move and grabbing the arm, if I grabbed and turned the head this way. Okay? So again, if I turn the head this way, he's got no choice but to fall that way. And his neck cracks. He owes me $1 for chiropractic adjustment. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's the neat thing when you think about this position. I grab the arm. I'm pulling the arm. I'm not cranking his neck. Does that make sense?
Sir.
But imagine if I reached in here and I grabbed and I went to throw with this. I turn, I go to make the throw. I'm gonna walk through super slow just for you guys to look. I'm still holding this, but I use the head. I crank the neck when I make the throw. You can have a neck adjustment if you're gentle. What do you think happens if I yank this thing? Well, your toes may tingle or you may not walk again. So for self-defense, if you adjust the head beyond its full range of motion, you affect the spine. Does that make sense?
Sure.
All right, so did I just teach you guys how to break someone's neck? No, I'm teaching you how to not break the neck. And here's why. The bottom line is sometimes you end up in a guillotine, right? Guillotine position, and he tucks his chin. You guys see how he's tucked his chin and I can't choke him?
Sure.
I just crank that neck and he will tap. Makes sense?
Sure.
You can also throw him from there. How's that feel when I crank that head that far?
Not good.
So when you crank the head and then you bend the head this way, a lot of pain and pressure on that neck. So are we going to do this fast?
No.
Are we going to use an excessive amount of force or strength?
No, sir.
Are we going to turn gently and let them tap out so they get to feel it, right? He tucks the chin, I turn the head, and now watch. I just gently lift until he taps. Doesn't take much, does it? All right. Make a line behind Caleb. So, if I wanted to make this kind of into the throw, I could get the chin this way, right? But likewise, I could get my elbow around the chin this way. You see how she's now nestled into my elbow? It's kind of hard to see, but you see how her head's turned this way into my elbow? Mm-hmm. So this is the first way we did it. The chin is facing the hand. This time, I'm going to reach around and I'm going to grab and I'm going to torque the head this way. Okay? Now, it's easy for me. I can dump her right on her back. I lift and then I drop. And she's going to go down pretty easily. She does not want to get her neck cranked excessively. So here's kind of what it looks like in the mechanics. Right? I go here and I just push this to the ground. Okay? It's very gentle. Their balance is already broken because of the position that you're in. Right? So I get here, I hold, I sit, I'm going to go ahead and roll with her. Boom. Okay? And I'm just showing you this because, as gentle as I can, because when you're going to kind of do this, I'm not going to throw her, you're just going to do very fast. Don't fall, just stay up. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So what ultimately happens is, the head's this way, is I torque this hard and she falls really fast. So when you have that head, it has nowhere to go, the body follows the head. Does that make sense? All right, so let's do something kind of old school. I move the head in the same direction here, right? Then I can throw her this way.
Reverse.
I'm never expecting it.
Right? So we're here and we're fighting, right? I push away and get the chin. Very, very easy. Almost effortless. The thing is they can also bite you. Be careful. If I stick my hand here, she could bite you for self-defense purposes, right? Grab the chin, push away, pull this elbow down. Then I smash her head into the ground. Pretty cool?
Sir.
All right. So the first thing I would say about any defense is let's avoid getting there. But again, we're here. I grab this arm, and then he feels this. What he should immediately do is step back. Why don't you let me tell you what to do? How about that? I'm here. He steps back. Now I don't have the control, and he can get his head out. Okay? Why is it important that he do what I tell him to do this way? He goes to get his head out by snatching it. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to throw him anyway. Okay? So you want to push away to avoid the throw. All right. So let's make simple sense of that. Okay? So I go to make shoulder throw. He wants more space. If I can take up the space, I can make the throw. He makes a little bit of space, and I can't make the throw. Doesn't that make sense? Sure. So again, we're in here, I entangle, and I do this, he pushes himself away. Steps back this way, you should be able to make the escape. So it's pretty quick, right? Pretty cool.
Sure.
So this is a Sokumat Avant move. He does this extremely well. It's supposed to look very effortless and it should be very fun until you get your head bounce off the concrete. Pull him in, grab the chin, turn. Bop. It's old school Jiu Jitsu. Can't do that in a tournament. You get thrown out. Does it make sense?
Sir.
All right. You can call it the melon buster if you want, or give it a fun name. But the bottom line, turn the chin, control this arm here, and he'll go down. Give it a try. Have some fun with it. Actually, this was way before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This was hundreds of years before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So this is true Jiu-Jitsu, to be honestly speaking. But the bottom line is that they don't see it and it looks foreign to them, so they don't know about it, or they don't believe it, or they don't like it. So let's talk about dynamics for a minute. Again, if I'm here, he can just pull my hand off, and there's not much I can do, right? I got to control him here. I got to get this hand moving, right? Now, if I do this, I've kind of just held him. I've got to get this hand here. This turns the chin, and this moves his body. Now I've got him close to me, pinned onto my chest, right? In the old days, we would kick the back of the leg, these types of things. We'll be gentle and kind of let him down easy. All right. So what I like to teach in the self-defense portion, when people are like, what do I do to fight off a bad guy? There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Instead of turning the head this way, I've been teaching the women to grab people by the ears, turn the head this way, right? Grab the ears, turn, bust the head on the ground, right? So it's something you can do with the heavy bag, right? Likewise, if you're more of a Muay Thai style, you grab, you drive, you step, and then you bust the head forward this way. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So the premise is pretty simple on this move. The trick is, are you controlling them in the beginning or not? Right? Control, I pull them in. Control this arm. Get the head, turn him, and I control him here. And throw him this way also. I can levitate him with a little, hey Billy, with a little reap action. Gosh, that looks kind of like traditional jiu-jitsu, right? Little rear naked choke action. More self-defense-y. I'm not real strong, I can't muscle him. I can grab a handful of beard if it's long enough, or grab an ear, and grab the back of the hair, and I can get it this way. Have some fun with it. Turn that head, take their back. drive him to the ground. Go. So there's other ways you can kind of get the same sort of effect, right? My instructor, if Matt Avent sees this, he's probably going to be kind of like, dude, I showed him that, right? Break this grip. This hand goes behind, like I'm going to make hip throw, right? Then I'm going to throw this hand up and break the balance, and I'm going to walk him until he does his back fall. Now, you might think, that ain't going to work. They're never going to let that happen. Maybe so. You're thinking it just doesn't work. It suits body mechanics. Maybe we're doing it more from a striking position. He reaches out to grab me, right? Punch comes here, and I just hit here, and then I drive here. But I'm going to hit him not like this. I'm going to hit him and hold here so he can't easily go backwards. When the head goes back, we lose our balance. Doesn't that make sense? Sure. So again, when I go to make a move, I drive him all the way to the ground. Just another iteration. Does that make sense? Sure. So what are we doing? Manipulating the head. Step number one, make the grip, pull him in, crank the neck. You can make a throw from there. Step number two, pull him in, grab the arm, turn, control him from here. Step number three, right? Clear the hand, reach in like you're going to make hip throw. You can drive him back that way. Just give that one a try once or twice. Have some fun with it. And then we'll go do some real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. About manipulating the head in a painful way with that first link, that first neck manipulation, right? Sir. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the Mir Lock, or Mir Lock. Frank Mir, M-U-I-R, I believe. The Mir Lock. Have you guys seen the Mir Lock? Mm-hmm. All right. It's a shoulder lock, essentially, but it also can affect the elbow. So again, normally, I go to lock my guy up and I entangle this way. We've seen this before, right? If he grabs here, I don't have to break that grip. I can just grab here and he's set himself up. This is the lock, right? Now, it's not the same as the tiger lock, right? The elbow is bent and I'm going to bend this in an uncomfortable way. Everybody familiar with the lock? Sir. All right, you guys nod your head. You've seen this before. Get with the partner. Let me watch you manipulate the elbow. It's pretty simple. Entangle, bend the elbow inward, Mir Lock. So Caitlin is shorter than me. I need a short person to show how cool this is on the inside. Then we'll show you how we adapt for a taller person. So she grabs, right? By the way, I could strike, right? I could do all of these things to loosen her up, but I don't want her to really let go. So I don't want to clear this. If I do, and she makes the arm straight, then I'm going to end up with something else, okay? So I want to go in deep this way. Now, if I'm close, I can still get her because she's short, right? Does it make sense? Sure. But now, if I get somebody that's taller, they can kind of stand on their tippy toes and pull that elbow down. It's a little bit more difficult. So we start here, right? Blink.
Ow.
Entangle. Now, notice his hand may tend to go straight, and I got kind of a tiger lock. I don't really have the elbow. I'm going to drop down low and move to the side. Now I got him. You guys see how I moved up? This, by the way, stays here so that I can, this applies pressure, that lifts, rather than me trying to lift this way. Sir. Pretty cool. So again, he's here. Ah, crap, I've ended up with kind of a crappy tiger lock. This isn't even a good tiger lock. It's kind of, I got nothing really. I'm going to drop down low, and I'm going to turn his elbow. Now I got him. Joel's like dancing. Yeah. Right? And then I'm going to push here and push there to make that effect work. Step to the side, get low. Step to the side, stand up, push away a little bit, and see if that helps you. By the way, we're going to do this on the ground, so my troll friends out there get to, oh, that does look like real jiu-jitsu. Once you're on the ground, now it makes sense. You want to try. Have some fun. It's going to be down here in the guard. By the way, this is just for my people that, oh, that doesn't look like jiu-jitsu. It is jiu-jitsu. We just taught the principle standing, right? If you clear the arms this way, right, you're probably going to need to go for Kimura, right? So I'm going to clear the arms this way and use my legs to pull her in. Now, I'm going to start with what feels like a tiger lock. Everybody might want to get on this side. Right? But now watch, I don't have her very well. I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to turn. Remember I told you to get to the side? See where her elbow is? Now I turn back. And it's essentially like an Americana, which is what Caleb said. If I had an Americana, it would do this, right? Well, I can't really do Americana because she's got a better position, right? It's kind of hard for me to get that. But if I entangle here, right? And then I get the shoulder, and then I walk myself out. See how I just moved the elbow in, make the lock, pull back. Why are you tapping so early?
Can you do it with her sleeve up?
I thought you were stronger than that, Caitlin.
Joel, shred your top. Just pull it off. Just pull it down. All right. So we're gonna see if we can get a little bit better. Look here. Joel's gonna help me with his no-gi position, right? All right. What happens if I do this? What move am I going for? Kimura lock. That makes sense. You guys know that one. If I did this, could I get Americana? I don't have anything to base it on. It's just going to be flopping. I probably won't get it. So the Mir Lock, hard to even say that, right? I'm going to circle this way, pull in like I'm going to make Tiger Lock. I don't have him. If I push here, he knows I don't have crap. So I set my foot down and I turn. Now watch, I turn that elbow in. Everybody see that? Sure. Now I re-engage. Get that? Re-engage. So this is the move with your body. Start. Tiger lock position. I got to feel that elbow. Rotate it. Sorry, Joel. Awesome. You guys see how I'm turning his arm by manipulating the elbow and the shoulder?
Yes, sir. My
wrist rubs this down and I get locked in. Now, once I get this, then I arch my way back and I can do more damage as I see fit. For those that want to watch, Caleb goes to clear. Inside. Now, if my hand goes to the mat and I'm locked here, he's got Tiger Lock. That's what he has. Sure. He puts his left foot on the ground. He turns his hips out like he's teeing up. Right there. Now, he feels my elbow and this is here pushing, and that is turning my elbow this way. Now look what he's got. That's what he wants right there. So he's got to have a little sensitivity to figure out how to get my elbow from here. He's got to get my elbow manipulated around to there. Palm up. Okay? Now, once he gets this part, it's not down here on the bicep. It's up here, and then he flexes the hand away and flexes that hand away to turn. So I will kind of demonstrate. Again, clear. I get here and I get this good Tiger Lock. Then I can feel it. You guys see how I'm manipulating his elbow?
Sure.
I manipulate the elbow and I got him. Isn't that crazy?
Sure.
Okay, I was just like, why doesn't it work for me? Well, if you're up high and you've got this, right? You've got Tiger Lock that's not very good. If I'm gonna do Tiger Lock, then I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna arch this way to make my Tiger Lock work. But I wanna rotate that elbow this way. Sorry, Caleb, I know that's tearing you up. Give me Hamza. Hamza's got a fresh elbow. Yes, sir. Fresh elbow. So again, I clear, I entangle here. And he knows he's pretty safe. I don't have crap. But I can feel where that elbow is. Right? Now I got him. See how I bent the arm? The hand palm went up. Everybody watch. Palm down. Tiger Lock. Right? Now watch. Palm up. Mir Lock. By the way, Joel corrected me. It's M-I-R, Mir. Frank Mir. Good? Good? I'm just holding him now. He might try to make the arm straight. Make the arm straight. All right. No problem. Tiger Lock.
Yes, sir.
All right. Rotate. Mir Lock.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
A little bit of,
I got it.
you got to kind of feel it sometimes. If you want me to do it to you to kind of show you how I'm rotating that elbow, then I'll help you out. And the feeling of it might help you. If you don't get it, it's not a big deal. Keep practicing, keep playing with it, you'll get it. Don't get frustrated. Let's go. The Mir Lock is really not that difficult. But the neat thing is that in the old school Jiu Jitsu, we did this one all the time. Right? We also did it this way. This just becomes a standing off balancing move. Pretty cool. Here, entangle, right? What is this?
Tiger Lock.
Tiger Lock. What is this?
Mir Lock.
Mir Lock.
Is it way different? Caleb?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, hold that position. Don't move. Hold that. The Jiu Jitsu is Jiu Jitsu no matter if it's from Japan or Brazil or whatever else. It's a function of understanding the body. Heck, I could call this American Jiu Jitsu if I wanted to. Pretty cool?
Sir.
So he can grab me, and I can pull this off, and I can make the same move from there. See how easily he falls? The trick is if you're fighting somebody that's pretty fast, pretty strong, and we're kind of wrestling, is how do I entangle this hand in a way so that I can make that move? What's the answer? How do you do that? How do we entangle the hand?
Hide it.
Do I grab it?
No. You gotta
He
hide
puts up his hand. Do I grab it? Is that the way?
No.
What do we do?
You gotta
Get
let
closer?
him grab.
Yeah,
let
like
him
get
grab
closer.
Maybe he
you.
grabs me. Maybe he does,
Yeah.
he ties up. Right now, he's tied up. I push this down. Hold here. Push here. And he goes down. Does that make sense?
Sir.
Pretty cool. Yeah?
Sir.
If you understand the body, these things just become way fun. He's on the ground in the guard. I would not advise this for my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pals, but same sort of thing, right? He reaches up. I control the hand. I start breaking it off. I bend the arm. I can push this to the ground, and I've got a very small kind of a shoulder lock. Now, if I was him, I'd reach over with my foot, and I'd go for the arm bar. He kicks that over, and he's got me. So why does it work on the ground?
This is base.
He's got base, I don't. He's entangled me, I didn't entangle him. Make sense?
Sir.
But the principle is still there, right? I go here, I pull to here, I've got a wonderful shoulder lock right there, don't I? I've got a wrist lock and I've got this affecting his shoulder. And he's got nowhere to go. By the way, I can move to here and move right to an arm bar, and then I can go back. Straight arm lock, right? Basically Americana, right? Basically Kimura, wrist lock, all those things are there. Why do I laboriously go through all these different pedantic things? When I say pedantic, it's kind of, too much detail. Because everything matters, right? Everything matters. If he's really good at throwing me, and I bend this elbow, he now has to do something different. Escape, right? Escape. You see how one move leads to the next?
Sir.
We have to understand the body. I like Caleb knows how to escape. It's pretty good. Escape. Make sense? Escape. Why didn't that work? All right? I kept him from moving. I entangled him, I collapsed him. Make the line!
Sir. Sir.